guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And I am extremely excited about this one because it is an addition to the next version of my save file. I'm very excited. I don't have an exact date as to when this is going to be released. However, if you guys were unaware, I am making a save file and I'm doing it world by world. Granted, I build in a world when I feel inspired to do so. I don't necessarily focus on one world at a time in really filling it and kind of creating builds and families for it. But the next world on my list for my save is Oasis Springs. So I am very stoked for this one because it is a little cantina and I think it is so cute. The shape is a little boring. I'm not even gonna lie. It's basically just a rectangle. Like, there's nothing special about the shape. The structure itself, it was kind of challenging for it to come together, but like all in all, it's a rectangle and that's that. But I was really stoked because it's so colorful, it's really lively. I feel like this is just party central and it's on the same strip as the gym, which you can see right next door, which is just the original EA gym that came with Oasis Springs when you load up the base game. But on the lots that are next to it, there's two more. I have already done a few community lots, so I'm really excited because this strip is almost done. And this cantina, I'm going to be honest, it actually was really hard to kind of come up with exactly how I wanted it to look because I did want it to have, you know, somewhat of a Mediterranean influence. However, at the same time, I feel like there are so many influences that kind of tied together with this style and kind of what I came up with. So I'm really interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. But I tried to look on Pinterest for like cantina exteriors. I tried to look for more authentic cantinas and then some other things that were just kind of themed, and this is what I came up with, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. As you can see, I'm working on the exterior at the moment, and the shape of the structure is pretty much already together because, like I said, it's a rectangle. We all know what a rectangle looks like, but there is going to be a back patio area that I have yet to construct, but I really like how the front of this came out. I wanted there to be a lot of string lights. I just feel as though that's necessary on exteriors, especially of like bars and restaurants and stuff like that. And I wanted it to be very colorful, like I said, so I made it bright orange and I used this trim, I believe is what it is, that came with Jungle Adventure, that like bright blue one. So I was able to use a fair amount of base game and Jungle Adventure in this build. Honestly, I think the main influence was Jungle Adventure, but I also didn't want it to really feel like something that you would find in Salvadorada. I don't feel as though this really fits or matches that world. I suppose it could, that's really just perspective, but I don't think it necessarily belongs there. I really feel like it belongs in Oasis Springs, so I was really excited and I can't wait to hear what you guys think and where you think this fits best. But I also want to note up front too, this build does not have a bathroom. I know, where are your Sims gonna do their business? Well, where I'm placing it in my save is basically the final lot that's kind of on this front strip. I forget the neighborhood name since we now have them. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but it's where the Rattlesnake Juice bar lot was. And it is a bar lot as well, like that hasn't changed, the category hasn't changed, but there are a couple of like bathroom stalls, I suppose, that are just a little ways down the road that are accessible from this lot. So I kind of figured, well, this seems like a strip, you know, maybe some of these places would have their own bathrooms, maybe some of them wouldn't. This was just kind of one of those smaller lots, maybe that just kind of like popped up out of nowhere, and it's kind of like an older structure, and I don't know, maybe they just don't have a bathroom. There was no real logic other than the fact that, to be frank, I got to the end of the build and I was like, you done did it again. You forgot a bathroom, you ninny-headed muggins. Is that what it is? Cotton-headed ninny muggins. That's what I was. I was a cotton-headed ninny muggin, and I completely forgot to build a bathroom on this lot. So that's the main reason. But yeah, there's no bathroom, and there's no like basement or anything. You'll probably see when it's uploaded to the gallery that there is a basement, but that is just where I placed the television and the toilet and the sink, because technically you need those items for this to be a complete bar lot. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't flagging it as like incomplete or something like that. It's fully functional. In fact, there are actually 2 bars, but even if you have 2 bars on a bar lot, only one mixologist will show up. And when I play tested this, that mixologist went to the outside bar, which isn't really a problem. I mean, I was kind of thinking that a place like this would have a bar outside on like this big patio area, but also a bar inside for when there maybe wasn't a big event or it wasn't very busy, or when it was very busy and you needed the two bars. But also if it was like raining, your Sims would probably want to be inside, not outside where there's little to no coverage whatsoever. But yeah, only one mixologist will show up. And unfortunately, you can't hire an additional mixologist on a bar lot. So there's a little bit of wonkiness with that functionality. It works, but it just may not be ideal. So what you could do if you download this is you could go ahead and delete the bar that you don't want. That could also work, I guess. I didn't really mind either way, but yeah, if you wanted to kind of prioritize one bar over the other, I would just say place one bar on this lot and kind of like pick and choose. But now you can see I'm on the interior and I'm just placing a couple more windows and kind of adjusting the lights a little bit so they weren't peeking through the interior. And I was trying to kind of center them, but it was challenging with the light posts outside because no matter what I did, they were basically like in the middle of a window. So I just took away a window. I was like, I don't care if this is going to be a wall of decorations. And I chose like a menu board that came with Discover University, and I added some like neon signs and other just miscellaneous decorations because a lot of the inspiration that I was finding on Pinterest just showed, I don't know, a complete and total mesh of like decorations, anything from like street signs to like, I don't know, mounted fish, like just crazy stuff that I absolutely loved. And come to think of it, I didn't even put a mounted fish in this build, which would have been perfect. But I also used these like juice barrels that came with cats and dogs, and they're technically wall decorations. And I thought that that was perfect for the interior bar because I don't like a lot of the other kind of like wall art or wall decoration bar things that we have. They're all backlit, and it just didn't seem to really fit the vibe I was going for here. I was thinking a little bit more rustic, a little bit more, I don't know, not as technologically advanced. Not that, you know, shelves are so technologically advanced, but they're backlit, and I felt that that was a little bit too fancy for a place that was kind of more casual. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't use those. I even pulled them out here, and I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't, and I decided not to. But I also used that sign that came with Strangerville, which I absolutely loved, and there's just a handful of neon signs, and those lights from Laundry Day I absolutely love. I sized them up one just to make them a little bit bigger, and they provided so much light on the interior, which I was so happy about. It actually pretty much lit up the whole place, but I do end up putting a candle on each table that I put on the interior, and I thought that looked really nice as well. And there's like a garbage pail here, and then there are a few signs because I thought they added a little bit of decoration to the build itself. So there's 2 signs outside and 1 inside. They're all a little bit different, I think, or at least the one kind of on this little waiting area, I suppose, or at least covered patio area is a little bit different. And those benches are from City Living, if you guys did not know. I have been using them more and more because there are a few swatches that are so cute. There's like a, not a sunflower one, kind of like a daisy one, which I thought was really pretty. And then there's just a plain wood one as well. So if you guys haven't used that item lately, definitely check it out, maybe. I don't know. I think it's really cute. And now I'm working on the bar height tables near the windows here. And then there are just a couple of regular old height tables in the middle of this interior. And it's not very big, like I've said, so there aren't too many tables inside. I think I actually fit a fair amount though for it being such a small interior. There are the 3 bar height tables, and then there's 2 more regular tables that are inside, and they're just round tables. They're not like long dining tables or anything like that, because I kind of started to lean more towards making this into a restaurant, but I just really liked the bar idea. It would probably be pretty simple to turn it into a restaurant if you guys wanted to. You might just swap out the interior bar with the chef station and just add the other items. That could totally work too, actually. That might be kind of cool. So if you guys want to change this for any reason, you definitely could. But here I am working out the rest of the tables. I end up swapping out those chairs just because they were almost a little too bright, which is kind of saying something considering this build is super colorful and bright in my opinion. I thought that they were a little too bright, a little too out of place, like the wood tones didn't really work for me. So I swapped them out with some other Jungle Adventure chairs that we got, because I think we got like 2 or 3 with Jungle Adventure, if my memory is serving me correctly. And these seem to match the bar height chairs that I use on the interior as well. And now I move on to the exterior where I start working on the patio. I was originally going to try to use these long dining tables and provide like a couple of covered areas, but then I remembered, you're not doing a restaurant. Stop that. Like, we don't want that. So I ended up stripping that completely, and I ended up pulling out some picnic tables because I thought those were a little more casual. And I was even thinking, even though they are wood, that maybe these were like pop-up patio tables and chairs and stuff like that they could just like tuck up against the building when it was raining, or if it was like off season or something. I'm not really sure, but I kind of liked the idea. I toyed around with the dining table for a little bit, and then I just completely scrapped it, and I was like, all right, picnic tables it is, because I also wanted something with an umbrella. And obviously we don't have umbrellas, I should say, as I mispronounce a very simple word. We don't have umbrellas that we can just put on any kind of dining table, which I kind of wish we did. But we don't, so I wanted to make sure that there were umbrellas so there was at least some coverage in case it just like started raining out of the blue, you know what I mean? Because seasons are pretty unpredictable in The Sims. So I did provide some cover on this little area here because that's where the exterior bar is going to go. And I also added a little busking station, which I thought was super cute. So that way your Sim can kind of come here and busk with their guitar or violin or whatever, and anyone eating outside will maybe have some musical entertainment because you could also hire a busker if you so choose. So that was kind of neat. I was gonna do like a full-on kind of quote-unquote band set. I was even considering doing the DJ station, but I thought that was a little too much for a place like this. This place seemed very, very casual, and I just didn't think it really fit, so I ended up not doing it. But yet again, that's something that you guys could add if you wanted to, because it's kind of a neat idea to have a DJ station here and kind of have like dance parties and stuff like that. That could be kind of fun. But pretty much the exterior is coming together at this point. I just add a few wall speakers that actually play Latin music because I thought that really, really fit this build, and the Latin music in The Sims has become my favorite as of late, so I was really excited to use it, and I loved playtesting the build because I got to listen to that music all the time. And then I just kind of test out the lights and whatnot at night just to make sure it's all lit up and looks really pretty, and that's pretty much it for it. I added candle on each table just to add some more exterior light, and I had those sugar skulls all over the place because I thought they really fit considering the name of the cantina itself. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I will catch you guys next time I post a video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!